The football transfer window has been agog, to say the least, with a lot of moves here and there, including a move of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's captain, John Mikelobi. Welcome. This is a beautiful morning. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and I'm your presenter for HotSports. And today promises to be another juicy discussions of football and sports overview. And now we have the gentlemen in the studio. Let me start with you, Leia, as usual. The team is still remaining the same. Leia, how are you, man?
Good morning to you, Babajide.
How was the wedding you went for last week Saturday?
Fantastic. It was a great feeling. Being at the wedding, being a wedding guest. And,
absolutely.
It actually changed my view.
Did you eat jollof?
Well, I did.
Okay.
I had jollof rice, and it changed my view as to how it's always good to, stick to a lady and, of course, get married, especially in the kind of society in which we are. Good to be on the show. Good morning to you.
And I mean, you said something about marriage and all.
In a sports show, like, it's not a relationship advice show, but good morning, Leia.
It's good.
So, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning to our viewers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good to be on this show again. It's always lovely, Anytime I'm coming to the studio, I'm always happy to come and talk sports.
Exactly. I mean, but for a while I was thinking like I was not becoming a relationship life coach, telling us, it's good to stick to one woman. Hey, practice what you preach.
Absolutely.
Moving on, guys. It's good feeling to be here on the show, like the gentleman said. We'll go for a quick break and when we return, juice, and more juice.
I've been down the road where failure seemed familiar. No one thought that I would ever come this far. When everything was telling me.
For us, from Friesland Campina, the makers of pig milk, we've been in Nigeria for several decades and we have the iconic brand pig. And for us, pig helps everyone in Nigeria, both young and old, from all life stages to ensure that they reach their peak, that they have enough potential and that no matter what you dream about, you can actually achieve it. And I'm very certain that we all have our minds fixed in ensuring that we achieve our targets in this competition coming up, to ensure that Nigeria wins absolutely all the gold that are there to get. Do I hear a yes?
Yes. I believe that you are all unstoppable.
Yes.
I believe that. And I think you've demonstrated that in many ways over the years. Now it's in Lagos. Now we will show them that Nigeria is what? Nigeria is what?
Never bring me down. I am living proof that nothing is impossible. I beat the odds when hope.
We would like to see each one of them reaching for their peak. We would like to see them being unstoppable in their desire to win, to bring medals. So this is if they achieve that, then we will be happy as a company and as a brand that has been supporting them to reach for their peak. They have done well in their past. We believe that they can do better because the competition is at home, so they have home ground advantage. They have all the support that they have needed to get to where they are. They look okay. If you can see them, they look very healthy, strong. So if they achieve what they desire to achieve, then we'll be happy.
We are very, very happy that they came to come and look at us, to come and supervise us, to come and give us the winning courage of boosting our morale in this game, that are fully behind us. So we are fully very, very happy because they are really behind us and they have made us to believe that there is ability in this ability.
Pig has done very well in supporting us. As you can see, the gym, the all equipment in our body, as you can see it.
We really appreciate Picnic. We thank them for their supporting, for their everything to let us reach our peak. We really appreciate that.
My message to Picnic is to thank them for their support.
Are they happy? As Picnic come here, are they happy? So this competition where they go now, are they happy to win? Good. All of us go there happy to win. Good.
And we're back for the show, HotSports. We thank you very much for joining us. The transfer window have been absolutely late, guys. And it's been a while. We've seen a very busy transfer in January. But guys, let's start with the move of, let's start from Charity. I mean, for Nigeria, Charity brings us home. Come back, brother. Let's start from home because Charity brings from here. Mikel Obi to Moses. We'll get to talk about, Mikel later. But Moses to Fenerbahce, finally, you've always said you want to see the best of Moses, him, pushing himself to get him regular playing time. This is playing time.
Yeah, because it's a good move for him finally, because he resigned from the Super Eagles to actually concentrate on Chelsea football. But well, unfortunately, Chelsea got a new coach in Sarri, who Victor Moses' style did not fit in. Okay. So moving to Fenerbahce, he has done well for himself. He has done very well because it's a move that is going to see him get starting shirt, and I'm happy for him. And this way is going to open the door back for him from Super Eagles. Although I keep saying that I don't think he needs to come back to the Super Eagles, but good one for Victor Moses. Very lovely. And this transfer window has been lovely. So many transfers there. But the shocking one has to be Boateng to Barcelona.
Hey, I was going there.
Boateng to Barcelona.
I was going there.
I really just, after I saw that transfer window, I can say it, but officially, quality football and quality players have really dropped in football. You really don't see these transfers back in the days, but now I think there's trouble in football. There's serious trouble in football. Players are dropping. Quality of players are dropping. FIFA, when I saw that transfer, people were like, what's happening? Some people were saying it was money laundry. Like, that's the only way you can explain that. But I think quality of footballers are dropping in football.
I think we've got it wrong here, basically, with our structures. It all shows about catching them young with the right set of ages and they develop. Example is what we're enjoying with Alex Iwobi. Iwobi was never given birth here in Nigeria. He was brought up in the UK, signed for Arsenal youth at a very young age, and we have seen his progression. So basically, it's the way it is, and you can't just give what you don't have eventually.
Oh, we hope one day, very soon, you guys said in the future. So yes, let's keep our fingers crossed about the future. But one man that definitely isn't keeping his fingers crossed is Gonzalo Higuain, already unveiled for Chelsea, jersey number 9. Now, it's simple. It's either Chelsea fans would have my head for saying this on national TV, but hey guys, we know this. It's either they eventually swear for Gonzalo Higuain, like they sworn for Giroud. Exactly, Giroud and Morata. A lot of people don't do well when they wear jersey number 9 in Chelsea, but aside from that, guys, what's your view? Is this Sarri's emergency going to pay off eventually? Let me start with
The thing about this Higuain is a good striker, no doubt, top 10 poachers in the world right now. But the only problem I have with him is he knows how to miss it in big games. That's why I told someone Higuain is going to score. Yeah, he's a choker. He's a well-known choker. And I will keep saying it, but you will say I'm calling Messi again. But the reason why Lionel Messi has not won any trophy in his senior Argentine team is strictly because of Gonzalo Higuain. That is why. No, it's not unfair. That is why. No, it's not about Aguero. It's the fact that there's a clip on YouTube that will show you 3 good finals Argentina has played. Higuain had missed one. I forgot the World Cup 2014 extra time. You missed such a chance. Like I don't know. Higuain. I love Higuain. That's one of the funny part. I like Higuain because he must score. That's it. He's a striker that will get you that goal. But you see, if you want a striker that will deliver for you in those big games, when you're talking about the Lewandowski, then Luis Suarez. Higuain might just be off that day. He might just be off that day.
I think for Higuain, he's shown that he's a journeyman. In as much as we could claim that he loses chances, yet he's played for top clubs in Europe, Real Madrid, AC Milan. At the time where Higuain is coming out to Chelsea, he will do well for them, possibly in the Barclays Premier League, for Europa League and other competitions they will be vying for.
But let's come back home now, where we saw MFM defeating Rangers FC 1-0. You were in the stadium, at the Agege Stadium. You saw the goal, you saw the team. How well do you think this MFM side can go all the way?
Well, I think they are going to do well. Thus far, they've actually amassed 6 points at home. Thus far in the league, first time was against Kwara United, they won by 2-0, and of course, last game against Enugu Rangers, who are continental hopefuls for Nigeria, won by 1-0. A certain Kabir Adeniji is actually doing so well for himself, scored 2 goals. Already for MFM, he was one that scored the only goal against Enugu Rangers. So I think for Fidelis Ilechukwu's MFM side, notably they've got a lot of new players from in their ranks, and thus far I think a motivating factor has been the fact that they are playing as a team and trying to make sure they get the result at home. Let's not forget we have an abridged league. They are currently topping with 6 points from 3 games. They lost their first game away at Enyimba by 2-0. So I think it's still early days though, but I think if you can rack up the points at this time of the season, it could do well for you when it also matters towards the end of the season.
All right, so we'll go for a quick break, and when we return, it's time for the argument on HotSports this Saturday morning.
There was the story of a certain Joshua who came for the Olympics, was rejected, and later turned out to be world champion. How do you evaluate this story from a perspective of a Nigerian coach?
Joshua did not go to Nigeria. He had never been here. He had never been to the boxing office. He don't know where he's at. So that story is untrue.
That story that he came for screening and was turned back because he came late for the Olympics was not true. Olympics trial.
It was not true. Joshua did not come. If he even came, because he did not qualify in the England national team, that was why he was looking for a country he can go to, but he did not come to Nigeria. He did not come. There were a lot of heavyweight boxers at 2012. Joshua was not here. Well, anybody who is cooking that story is just cooking a raw, very raw story. Joshua was not here.
And you're welcome back from the break. And as usual on the show HotSports, we have a section for boxing, and we call it Inside Boxing on HotSports. And as usual, I've got my own sidekick as well as my own boxing partner, which we've never boxed before anyways. But that's it. How you doing, bro?
Doing very good. How are you?
I'm all right. The last time we talked boxing on this particular dial, bro, we talked about the match between Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao. We said a lot about how significant it is for Manny as a boxer to have 70 pro fights, and he was fighting in a bout with a man that was 11 years younger than him, but that age didn't stop him from whipping him silly at the end of the day.
It's most definitely did not, but then I wouldn't say that he whipped him silly, but then it was a clear victory for Pacquiao. Everyone could see that apart from Adrian Broner apparently.
Yeah, I said whipped him silly because we saw some very damning statistics, especially, of course, the stats are very much on your screen, guys, where Adrian Broner was landing 1-3. The highest punches he landed in one bout was 7. Yeah. And he thought he won. How possible?
Yeah. It's funny because Broner actually landed 50 punches in the 12-round fight. Pacquiao landed 112. And other than that, remember we said that boxing bouts are judged on 3 main things. Ring generalship, effective aggression, and good defense. And Broner just didn't do enough. He was averaging 4 punches per round. And to be fair, in his defense, I can almost kind of see where he's coming from, because even though he did abysmal in terms of staying active, and this is not a new story with Broner. Pacquiao missed a lot as well. Broner landed at 17%, Pacquiao landed at 20%. Pacquiao landed at 112, Broner landed 50. I know it's a wide gap, but Pacquiao also threw substantially more punches than Broner, so I can almost kind of see where Broner's coming from. But then at the end of the day, Broner lost that fight, and I feel like he was being a sore loser. To come out and say that he won the fight, everyone can see he won the fight. That was not what happened.
Another thing that we also remember that you mentioned was that Adrian Broner has shown that whenever it's time to step up to the bigger boys
Yes,
in the category
yes,
that's always
absolutely.
falling short?
Brunner, sorry to interrupt you. Brunner
Yes,
has
please.
fought every single time. Brunner has stepped up, has fought against top opposition, whether it be Sean Porter, Mackie Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, or Maidana. He has lost all 4 times. He's beat the champions. When it's come to the top tier guys, he just hasn't shown that he has what it takes to win.
To break in.
Yes.
One thing was definitely happening in the world of boxing as well, as we've confirmed that Jacobs will face Canelo. 2018 was the year of Canelo, as well as Tito here saying that Canelo was his man for 2018. Yes. Now, first fight of the year, not just any fight, Tito.
Yes.
It's a unification fight. A winner takes all. Where is this going to swing?
This is a big fight for a lot of reasons, because like you said, it's a unification bout. So whoever wins this fight takes home 3 belts. And on the belts on the line are Canelo's WBA and WBC and Daniel Jacobs' IBF championship. On paper, Daniel Jacobs is the bigger fighter because he's fought Golovkin before. He narrowly lost. On paper, he's the bigger fighter. He's an excellent boxer and he has tremendous punching power. He can put anyone out. But then so does Canelo. But then when it comes to boxing, you can never really tell. But I think the thing that makes this fight very interesting is that it's not a clear win for Canelo. If Daniel Jacobs comes there and he fights the best fight that he can fight, I think it's very possible that we could see Daniel Jacobs unifying the middleweight division.
We both called Manny Pacquiao to win by decision, but I have a feeling that we're going to disagree at some point on this one. So who's your thoughts? Going for Jacobs or Canelo? You're a Canelo guy, so obviously.
I mean, the funny thing is Daniel Jacobs is one of my favorite boxers because you know, as we said before, he had a rare form of cancer before, and he had to retire for a while, and he couldn't even walk.
Man.
This exactly, Danny Jacobs, the miracle man. So he's my top 5 favorite boxers. So I'm going to go for Jacobs being the bigger fighter and having that tremendous power.
I think I'm going to go for Canelo. You know why? Because if I have 2 belts, and then I know for a fact that all I need to do is just to get across the line to win 1 more belt. I think I'll give him my all to eventually win. But if Jacobs pulls up a miracle,
exactly, that's a good point. But that being said as well, if Jacobs knows that he can get 2 extra belts, so won't he be
extra motivation?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, then that's it. That's all we can take. Canelo and Jacobs, that particular bout would hold on May 4th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, May 4th, and we're looking forward to that. So yeah, he says Jacobs, I say Canelo, but hey, May 4th, we're there to find out. But thank you so very much, Balatito, as usual, for coming through.
Thank you. Always good to be around.
Absolutely. We'll see you definitely very, very soon when we have, of course, more boxing to discuss. But right now, it's time to get back to HotSports right after this break.
It was a week packed full of football action for Super Eagles players plying their trade abroad as they featured for various clubs across Europe. In England, it was another disappointing result for Wilfred Ndidi and Kelechi Iheanacho as Leicester City suffered a 4-3 loss to Wolves. Ndidi, who scored for the Foxes last week, played full-time while Iheanacho came in as a substitute in the 83rd minute. Super Eagles defender Leon Balogun was part of the squad that travelled to Old Trafford as Manchester United defeated Brighton and Hove Albion 2-1. Balogun was again frozen out of action. Alex Iwobi came in as a substitute in the 67th minute as Arsenal defeated Chelsea 2-0 at the Emirates Stadium to keep their top 4 hopes alive. In the Italian Serie A, it was another defeat for Ola Aina's Torino, who suffered a 3-2 loss to AS Roma at the Stadio Olimpico. Aina, who joined the club on loan from Chelsea, maintained his starting shirt and played full-time. Compatriot William Troost Ekong was also on the losing side as Udinese lost 1-2 to visiting Parma at the Dacia Arena, with Ekong playing in the heart of the defense for full-time. Kenneth Omeruo was on the losing side but played full-time for Liganes, who suffered a 3-1 loss to Barcelona at the Camp Nou. In the Turkish league, Super Eagles forward Henry Onyekuru scored a hat-trick for Galatasaray as they defeated visiting Ankara Gucci 6-0. Ogenyi Onazi was missing in action for his Turkey club Trabzonspor, who were defeated 4-2 by visiting Istanbul Başakşehir. In the French Ligue 1, Samuel Kalu was in action for the full minutes as his French club Bordeaux defeated visiting Dijon by a lone goal.
And we are back following the move of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's captain, John Mikel Obi, to Middlesbrough in England, the second tier of football in England. We're asking, is this a good move for the captain of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, former Champions League winner, former FA Cup winner, former English Premier League winner with Chelsea, and at this point is moved to FC Middlesbrough? So we're asking this morning, gentlemen are in the studios and they're taking their sides already. Leia, let me start with you.
Well, I think it's a wrong move for John Obi Mikel to have moved to Middlesbrough. Talking about second tier of English football, Mikel, a player that spent over a decade at Chelsea, winning the UEFA Champions League, you know, the FA Cup of the Barclays Premier League. One of felt that living China and knowing for that he's Super Eagles captain, he should actually go for, you know, a better club, maybe in the elite division and not the second tier of English football.
You know.
Well, it's a very lovely move for Mikel. Congratulations to Mikel. I don't know what Leia is talking about, but it's a very good move. Very great move for Mikel.
All right, you can see I'm actually looking forward to just diving into this one because the gentlemen are brimming hot at this time. Leia.
It's really wrong, I must say. Mikel is the captain of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You expect that being a captain, you need to be at the top club. For you to have left China, having known your CV as a great player for Chelsea, you know, going to play for a club like Middlesbrough is a big slap and, of course, a withdrawal in his career. And I keep telling people, maybe this is just a sign that Mikel might eventually be calling it quits, even for the national team, because if you're not trying to play for a top club as being a captain, of course, playing for a lesser team, it shows in a way that you're looking for life after football, not wanting so much of a big of a challenge. So I think for me, Mikel Obi's move to Middlesbrough is really not the best move that I've felt. Knowing full that clubs of the elite league like Crystal Palace and likes of Fulham were all calling for a signature. So really for me, Middlesbrough for me is not just it.
Yeah, if I may talk, he said close on the elite. Fulham and
they are
forgetting that Middlesbrough was in the Premier League before they relegated. These two teams you just called, one got promoted. Fulham is practically going to be relegated. You just called them an elite team. A guy is leaving China and is going to a championship team, and you're complaining. You're saying, why did he not go here? Why you'd have told him to go to Real Madrid now. Go and be his agent. When Zambia won the African Nations Cup, what club were their players playing for? They played in Zambia, but they won the Nations Cup. You keep talking, I didn't know human beings. So are you saying when Egypt, we are going far to Zambia, Egypt, the Egyptian national teams, 80% of their players play in their league. Now, this is one of the best things. Is Nigeria better than Egypt in football? Is Nigeria better than Egypt in football?
Guys, I'm liking this conversation. I like where it's going to, but we need to take in cognizance the comments of Gennett Raw at the game between MFM and Rangers. He said that Mikel being at Borough now gives us more visibility. We can see him and say, this is what he's doing. Going forward to the Nations Cup, this has to be a good move from a Nigerian perspective. Right?
Yeah, because I thank God you've even calmed the studio with saying that statement. That that answers our own
question.
The quarrel and the questions and the shouting with me. Is that Gennett Raw has already told you this is a good move. And the one word Gennett Raw said that I love from that season was he is going to play competitive football. The championship football is very hard. I keep telling people it's very, very hard.
My question to you, Olale, is that what is your final thoughts on the show?
Well, my final thoughts are simple. Mikel going to Middlesbrough is a no-no for me. Being the captain of Nigeria, he deserves to play for a top club in England, irrespective of the fact that we know he's actually having, he will be retiring soon from reports and of course from this kind of move. But holistically for Nigeria, we deserve better in terms of our players playing top clubs because at the end of the day, they surely have an influence on our national team.
All right, now to my final whistle. I think that if a player of the stature of Mikel Obi moves from China to England to Europe, I think that's actually a very, very good move. Regardless of wherever he's playing at the moment, I would lean more to the angle of, Alea is doing, but that is the truth. I think strongly that this is a good move. We get to see him play. Hopefully, maybe make his way and stake his claim back for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But I understand Leia's argument as well, who feels that because Mikel Obi is Mikel Obi, he should get more. He deserves more in terms of quality of team. But make no mistakes about it, Middlesbrough are a big side as well, of course, in England, especially in that second tier in England. Guys, we are here. We are done and we are dusted. Right after this show, I think I owe you guys a bottle of water, I think. Would you like a bottle of water?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, because Leia has really, stressed you today. By
It hasn't stressed me. I think because I don't know, the captain of Nigeria has just made a move to you. I'm saying it again, and you're saying it's a wrong move. And I'll say it again, go and be his agent.
All right, guys, thank you very much for being there. We are done and dusted for today. We'll see you again next week, Saturday. Bye for now.